good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. It is Monday, March 18th. I'm going to talk about my weekend real quick and get to my guests. Friday, I just stayed in. I'm actually learning some lines for a show. Saturday, I went to my brother's house in Massapequa for some corned beef and cabbage for St. Patty's Day, hence the green since it was yesterday. And then I came here to beautiful Paradise Studios where Kathy Arnold and Emily Santosis, there they are. They had their first See You Next Tuesday comedy, all-female show here on Saturday night. And I came to support, and there I am. They put me up as a guest spot, and it was a lot of fun. We had a good night, so thank you, Kathy and Arnold. Kathy and Arnold. Hello, Kathy and Emily. Tune in on Tuesday nights, 8:30 to see their show. And on Sunday's laundry day, and, we all need clean underwear, and, and learning lines again. All right, so I want to get to my guest because there's so much to talk about. She's an actor, she's a writer, she's a producer. We work together on something which we're going to talk about a little later. But Stax Cordero is here. Hi, Stax.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Thank you for making it
Thank
here.
you so much for having me.
Thank you. This girl came from Jersey. So I'm excited you're here. I want everyone to get to know you. You're originally from Harlem,
yes,
correct? Lived
yes.
there a long time, and now you're in...
Born and raised.
And then you're in Jersey.
Now I'm in the suburbs.
Yeah. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I'm out there.
You are.
I'm out there.
You are. So it all started for you when you were really, really young. Mm-hmm. Someone was listening to some kind of music, and you listened to it, and you're like, oh, I like that. And then all of a sudden, you did like some kind of impromptu kind of song during class or something.
That was in junior high school.
Yeah.
That was in junior high school. We were on a cheese bus, the yellow bus. We were going on a trip, or maybe coming back from the trip.
Yeah.
Anyway, the person that I sat next to, she was listening to Roxanne Shante, and she was so excited about her. And I'm like, who are you listening to? Who are you listening to? She was like, shh. Shh.
I know. And she was so cute, that actress. Oh, my God,
yeah,
adorable.
I had to get somebody to play her because that was really a staple in what really, really prompted me to even really want to be a part of hip hop. I loved it anyway,
yeah.
But now hearing a female rapper, which was kind of like unheard of, I said, wow. And it was just something in me. And then, one day I'm sitting in class, they're beating on the table, and I just stood up and I started rapping.
It's wild.
Yep.
So were you called the Ice Cream Crew?
The ice cream team, yeah.
The ice cream team, right?
Yep.
Vanilla, chocolate, and
butter pecan.
Butter pecan.
I was butter pecan. That's my favorite ice cream, by the way.
But, it was like this little group that you had together. But, your first love really was rapping, right? Was that like really your first love? And
Dance.
Getting into, dance first, yeah.
Dance was my first love.
Dance, yeah.
So I would be in the mirror singing and performing. Michael Jackson inspired all of that.
Wow.
He inspired all of that. And I used to, so like writing, acting, rapping, it's always been a part of my fabric because what I would do, people, kids were outside playing. When they were outside playing, I had a magazine. Or I'd be in the house looking at the lyrics on a Thriller album, or because they used to have lyrics on the back of the album, or like, you pull it out and you could read the lyrics.
Yeah.
So that was really like what I was into. But yeah, so if I wasn't doing that, then I was in dance class or preparing for a show. And as I got older, then, then it became more so hip hop
And you went to
then
a
acting.
very, very famous high school. Tell everyone what high school you went to.
So I went to LaGuardia High School. That is a performing arts high school, the Fame School, where there's a lot of famous people came out of there.
Oh, yeah.
In the class before me, some people that I was friends with, Marlon Wayans, Omar Epps, Adrian Brody was in my graduating class, Joaquin Woodbine. There's so many people. Nicki Minaj went to the school too.
Wow.
Yeah.
How were those days in that school, though? How amazing were they?
Absolutely amazing. Well, see, the thing is, sometimes what you think is for you is not for you. So when I first auditioned, I auditioned for dance.
Right.
And I didn't get in.
Right.
And then my teacher was just like, why don't you try drama?
You have
And
this
I was
Mrs.
like,
Greenfield.
Miss Greenfield.
Right? She really said to you, hey, I think you should act. And you really never thought about that before.
I hadn't thought about it. But she was just like, you read with such expression. And, and your facial expressions. And I think you should try it.
And she
coached
helped
me.
you, right, with your monologue?
She coached me because I had no idea what was going on.
Can you imagine if she never told you that, though?
I think it would have came out later. I think it would have came out later, but we're still friends to this day.
I was going to say, that is a teacher that really influenced you.
Yeah. I was just with her like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yep, I was with her 2 weeks ago. We can call her Kate now. Hey, Kate. We can call her Kate now. And so...
That's great.
Yeah, I kept her in my life, and that's actually her in the movie.
It is actually her.
It's her.
Oh, I love that.
Because she went to LaGuardia as well.
Yeah.
She went when it was music and arts.
She was a student.
Yeah. So she was like,
wow,
no,
that's
you
like
have
a
to
full
audition.
circle moment.
It is.
That is so cool, so cool. All right, so then you also went on to study psychology. And you also studied elementary education as well. Yep. Because we all know in this industry, you need a backup plan.
I did need a backup plan. And my mom said, if you don't get a record deal, like when I graduated from high school, she said, if you don't get a record deal within a year, you have to be in school. And I'm like,
Yeah, which even motivated you even more. To a degree.
It did.
To a degree.
It did, because to me, I'm like, no, I'm going to have a record deal. I'm not going to have to go to school.
Yeah,
and then the year came, went, and here I was signing up for school.
Well, listen, so. I know you did, but eventually you did perform.
For sure.
You actually you had your first demo, is that right, with East Side Records?
That is a fabricated label that's in the movie. I made up that label in the movie, but Eastside Records was Tommy Boy Records.
Okay.
It was Tommy Boy Records, and what he wanted me to do was bring back a demo.
Okay,
and
right.
So then,
and you took your sweet ass time doing that.
I had no idea what a demo was. I didn't know how to get a demo, so I just kind of never went back. I was like, well, I'm not gonna go back. I don't know how to get that. I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
I had no idea what I was 16.
Yeah. And
there was nobody, really to point me in that direction. So I went back to the talent show again.
Yeah.
And I auditioned.
Was that the rap off where you were like rapping against each other?
No, before that.
Oh, okay.
Before that, where the guy gave me the card, and he's like, make sure you call, make sure you show up.
Right.
And so I showed up, and I met the person. His name is Gerard. That's his name. Gerard introduced me to. He reintroduced me to the person from Tommy Boy Records, and he and I were like, he said, yeah, where's the demo?
Right.
And I didn't have one at the time, so Gerard helped me. To really learn how to formulate my songs and create verses and hooks. And he taught me pretty much how to format songs.
Right.
And I had a lot of opportunities.
You did. You
work
actually,
with D Nice and MC Light.
Right.
And I wrote a song for them. And I wrote a skit for Heavy D. For McDonald's. It was on Black Inventors. So there were checks involved with working with them and also with writing.
Right.
So the writing was something that was like always there, but it was like a hidden talent that was right in front of my face that I really wasn't paying attention to.
And you opened for Naughty by Nature.
Yep.
Right? Busta Rhymes.
Yep.
Just to name a few. And how exciting is it, which is in the movie, which we're going to talk about. when you heard yourself on Hot 97, right, for the first
Oh my
time,
God.
you're like, it's on, and like everyone called each other, turn it on
yeah.
Hot 97, turn it on, my song's on.
I had to have Ebony, big shout to you, Ebony. I had to have Ebony call my mom because my phone was turned off halfway. So I'm like, call my mom. Listen, it's struggling artist, right? That's the true story of a struggling artist.
Yeah.
You don't have any money. All of your money is going towards trying to record, trying to pay your bills, you know, and because you're so fueled by your passion, the only thing that you can see is directly what's in front of you, which is your dream.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so she called my mom. But yeah, I was excited. Her whole block was playing, playing it, and I could hear it. I'm crying. It was great.
It's like a pinch me moment. It really is.
It was.
And then you also did Showtime, right? At the Apollo? The Apollo,
Showtime.
Best of Showtime?
Yes, I did Showtime at the Apollo. I didn't win, but my performance was picked to be a part of Best of Showtime at the Apollo, and that's still running on Roku.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yep, I haven't seen it, but I have it on my Instagram page.
All right.
But yeah, every once in a while, someone's like, "Hey, I saw you on Showtime at the Apollo." I'm like, "Where? Where?" Because I would like to see it. Yeah, I'm like, I want to see it.
Oh, that's great. Shout out to everyone watching the show. Hi, Ann and Bruno, Michael, everyone. Thank you for watching the show. Please like it. Please share it.
Thank you.
I'm with Stax Cordero. She is an actor, a writer, producer. She's done so much. You know, you've done music, and you've obviously dancing and acting. And I want to get into a little bit of your acting and what you've done and how that started for you. But we're going to take my first commercial break. Okay. So don't go away. More with Stax after this.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Ttime on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight because my beautiful friend and actor and writer and producer, Stax Cordero. Am I saying it right? Cordero is here. And she's had an amazing career. Went to the Fame School and did dancing and acting, and she was a rapper. You started out really rapping at a young age. You fell in love with it. Was on the Apollo. She had a song on Hot 97. The whole neighborhood. There she is. Thank you. I was going to ask you for some pics. There we go. There's a couple of pics. Thank you. Yeah, back in the day. But you started also in acting.
Yeah.
And there was a wonderful man, Jamal Joseph.
Jamal Joseph.
Yeah.
So Jamal Joseph was my professor in Intro to Film at Toro College.
Okay.
And so that really re-sparked my interest in acting, and he gave me some opportunities just like that. Hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And I'm like, yeah.
Nice.
So I was in 2 skits that were on Comedy Central, and then I was featured in a film that he had that played on Stars.
Nice.
And so a lot of people started to see that. And so, it's like if I wasn't rapping, I was acting.
Right.
It was either one.
Right.
Dance kind of went out the window. I would take dance classes here and there, but I fell kind of out of love with that because dance is very specific and you have to be like a certain size.
Yes.
And I'm curvy.
Yes.
So
yes.
yeah.
Hello,
Now it's more accepted.
Yeah,
now
it is.
more curvy
It is.
is way
Yeah.
more accepted. Even with hip hop,
Yeah.
it was still like, no, they want you to be a size 3 or 4, and I'm like, I'm not. At the time I was like a 5'6" or a 7'8", and they're like, you're fat, and I'm like, wait, I'm not fat.
No.
You know what I mean? So like in my community, around the people that I see every day, I wasn't fat, but for industry standards,
Yes.
for what they wanted at
Yes.
the time,
Yeah.
I was considered fat. Now you can buy it, and you can build the stacks. And I'm like, they bought everything that I got already. It's funny. you bought everything that I had.
It is.
They bought everything that they were complaining
Oh
about.
my God, that is hysterical. So in 2012, you did The Colors of Love, which actually was a short. You played Sandy.
Yeah.
You did that.
Yep.
And then
I did that.
And then you went on. You did Bum Rush, which was a web series.
Bum Rush, yes. So Bum Rush.
Was that with Jay?
That was with JV.
Yeah.
So I'll take you back a little bit. I was in a play called The Diva and the Rapper.
Yes.
And I'm a very determined person. So if you tell me something, I'm gonna jump to it. I went and auditioned for that play with no headshot, no monologue memorized. And they just needed me to rap and act. And so I went.
Wow.
And then they said, oh, the callbacks are Saturday. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So when I went back, I had my headshot. I had my resume attached to the back. And they were like, oh, no, but we didn't call you because we didn't have a headshot. I said, but I'm here. I got that show, and I went on to do it 60 times.
Wow.
Yeah, I had 60 performances out of The Diva and the Rapper. That was performed at the American Theater of Actors in Midtown, and then it was in Harlem, and then it went out to Teaneck, New Jersey. Throughout that time, still rapping, acting, and I kind of put hip-hop to the side for a little while, and I picked up my script. So with the Air It Out show, I have a show, Air It Out show.
Yes.
And we interviewed this
on
gentleman.
YouTube?
Yeah, and it's on Scratch Vision on Saturdays. When I went there, I had a play that I've been sitting on for a little while. It's called Poor Girl, Rich Girl.
Yes, we have a pic of that. Poor Girl, Rich Girl.
Yeah.
That's the one's in silhouette. There you are.
Yep, so in Poor Girl, Rich Girl, it started out with 6 characters.
Right.
And then I started adding characters. So this is where JV comes in. JV and Dre Foreman,
Okay.
they were both in the play.
Yes.
They became very close friends.
Yes.
And they went on to write Bum Rush,
Yes.
which then had 3 seasons.
Yes.
So when Poor Girl, Rich Girl started to die down, Bum Rush started to pick up, and they cast me as the captain.
Nice.
Yep,
Yeah.
and I still continue to work with JV, who is super talented.
Oh, he's the best.
Very driven.
He's the best.
And he was like, Stax, I wanna do comedy. Speaking of Mr. JV's comedy series. So Bum Rush is on Tubi. The first season of Bum Rush is on Tubi.
Yes.
Mr. JV's comedy series is on Tubi.
Yeah.
And so big shout out to you, JV. I'm very proud of you.
I'm gonna get him on the show. He's gonna come on the show.
Yeah, Foreman Soul
Yeah.
Productions.
Yeah.
And a creative soul.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Then you did I Got a Call Back, which was also a short.
I
And
Got a Call Back.
Did you write that?
I did write that.
Yeah, you did.
I wrote that. That was produced by Lester Green, produced and starring Lester Green, Stephen
Right.
Strickland, and David Roberts, all very talented young men, and thriving actors that are on film. And so the show is basically about the Me Too movement from a man's perspective.
Okay.
So it won a lot of awards. It had a lot of attention, and it won Best Writing in
Nice.
in a film festival. I think that was 2018.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
That was one of my brightest moments because a lot of times people don't recognize the writer. You never hear, oh, best writer. You never hear that.
Yeah.
So for me to win that, to me, that was just like confirmation. Keep writing.
Absolutely.
Keep writing.
Absolutely. You did Timeless Guilt, which was also a TV series, and you were also the line producer.
Yes, that was written, produced, and also starring Benny Flames.
Right.
Yep.
And then as we talked about the Mr. JV series, you played Rose Perez.
Yeah, Rosa Perez. Yep, Rosa Perez. She's so funny because listen, she's very sassy. She's very sassy. Mija, don't get her started.
Well, you
Don't get her started.
You're half Dominican, right?
I am.
You are.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
And
my
I
dad
know
would
you-
never let me live that. And I am.
Yeah, you are.
I am.
And I know
I
your
am a
grandmother
Cordero.
spoke Spanish to you, but you really couldn't understand her that well.
I couldn't. But the thing is that I would get like 100. The highest grades.
Yeah.
And I would come speak to her. She's like, I'm like,
Yeah. I got to slow it down, Graham. Yeah, you can't,
she said
can't get it.
I was speaking
No.
proper Spanish.
Abuela in Spanish.
Yeah,
I'm
abuela.
saying it in Italian.
I'm
Hold
calling
on.
her abuela.
Oh, that's funny.
She's like, yeah, because they would speak more of a broken down.
Right.
It was more slang.
Right. Yeah.
And so I couldn't pick that up. I couldn't pick it
because
up.
they teach you the proper.
Right,
The proper in
yes.
school. No, I get it. You did something called The Needs, which
The
was a short. You played
Needs.
Mrs. Scott.
Yes. So The Needs is on Amazon
That's a very
Prime.
special movie.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. That's a short film. It's on Amazon Prime. It's about parents.
Challenges that they face.
The challenges that they face having special needs children.
Yeah.
And it was really good. It was really good. Big shout out to you, Jermaine Smith. Thank you so much for that. Much appreciated. Yep.
2020 was a very busy year for you. Very, very busy. You did A King's Tale, which was a podcast series.
It was.
And then you did Whatever It Takes, the movie, When Blood Runs Cold.
That was with
And you played
Omar.
Tanya.
Yep. That was with
Fishburne?
Omar Moore.
Well, we have a picture of you with makeup, heavy makeup. What's this from?
Oh, wow. That was from...
What was that from? Because I couldn't figure it out.
That was in 2023. My friend called me and he was like, he said, do you want to do a haunted house? And I was
Okay.
like, yeah.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
It was so much fun.
I know, it's so
It
much
was
fun.
so much, because it was so simple, but the people were running, crying, screaming. They were trying to tear down the walls to get out of there.
I
It was
know.
the best fun we ever had.
It's so much fun.
It was so much
You did
fun.
Cassidy, which was a TV series, and you actually
Yes.
played
Yes, and
Cassidy.
I was Cassidy. So it's Cassidy is crazy. She smokes weed to keep herself calm.
Yeah.
And she has 2 children who pay her absolutely no mind. Her dating life is like non-existent, but she believes that it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, her life is upside down, and she's like approaching menopause, so she's very snappy.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
very colorful woman.
That's a combination.
Yep. Big shout out to you, Andrea Clinton, for that. We love Cassidy.
You did the Christmas Coquito,
Christmas
which was a
Coquito.
podcast series.
Yes, that was with Latricia Baker. She called me in to do that, and she also called me in to do A King's Tale too.
Yes, I have that down. Then you have Murder at the Hands, which was also a short, which you co-produced, and you also were the casting director, no?
I did not produce it.
No?
I directed it.
Oh, you did?
I
All right,
directed
we gotta
it.
fix that on IMDb.
Oh well, hey, if he put me down, he put me down. But I did not say that I produced it. But if that's the credit you want to give me, thank you, Mr. Smith. Again, that was Jermaine Smith. That was it's kind of like a thriller. And that's also on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's a thriller where they're trying to find out how this woman's daughter was killed, and it's very surprising at the end when you find out who it was. It's kind of like a cliffhanger,
Really?
but it leads
That's
you to who
cool.
it was. Yeah,
You did also a short, Not New York. You played Nellie.
not New York.
No? I don't know. Not ringing a bell?
Not
Was that
ringing a
recent?
bell.
I don't know. It says 2022, unless...
That might have been when they put it out.
Okay.
But sometimes things sit and they can. Please charge it to my brain and not my heart.
Yeah.
COVID Yeah, really kind of
Yeah, no, I know.
shook me up and
Well,
erased a few
that
things from my
takes
memory.
like that takes us now to your baby. I am Relentless.
Oh,
Because
yes.
this is her baby. This is her true story.
Yeah.
And I laughed, I cried, and it was, there were some parts that were so uplifting, and then some moments where I'm gasping, and it was like, it really keeps you on there. Thank you, Bobby. It really keeps you on an emotional roller coaster, because when you think it's going in one direction, it goes in another, and you lived this. So, it makes it even more intense. And
Yeah.
I wanted to know, it was originally a book, correct?
Yes, I started out journaling.
Okay, and how long did it actually take you? I mean, this was like a process.
Yes, it was definitely a process, because every time I sat down to add on to the book, I would start from the beginning and just see where I was. And as I started to add on, I'm like, damn, I don't want to grow up. I didn't want to grow up, because I knew what I was going to face.
Right.
I knew what I had to recount, and I was just like, oh, I don't want to. I didn't want to get to that certain point.
Well, you kept it very real, very authentic, very raw. I mean, you put everything out there. You really did.
Yeah.
Were there some hesitation with a couple of storylines, maybe?
In the movie?
Yeah. That you really didn't want to go there, but you put it in?
There's more in the book, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, then I have to read the book.
You gotta read the book. But I felt like it was necessary, because every experience, good, bad, and different, makes me who I am.
Yeah.
And I can't go back and change anything. And I don't know that I would. Because then I wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
There are some things you're like, oh, God, why me? But it's me, because now I can encourage anyone else, to keep moving forward. Yeah, to just keep moving forward. Everything is not going to be for you. Every audition, every opportunity that I thought, well, this is going to be for me, and it wasn't for me. It's made me stronger. Where I can audition for something now. And they're like, yeah, not you. I'll be like, okay, maybe next time. It was nice to meet you, though. You don't walk away like, I didn't get it. You're like, girl, get up. Just keep going.
Yeah. That's what you have to do.
life.
How long did it take you to film the entire
Okay. When I actually said, let me put the book out, I really, really there was a young lady, she had something called Show Up and Shine Challenge.
Okay.
On Instagram, and my sister said, you should join this. I think this would be good for you. I said, okay. So what it was a challenge. It was a 21-day challenge where you video record yourself saying how you were going to show up and shine, how you were going to face your fears.
Okay.
And I said, wow, because I had kind of been sitting on the book, should I, shouldn't I? And so I said, I'm going to show up and shine by adding another chapter to my book. I'm going to show up and shine by, releasing this book. And then finally I said, today I'm going to put the period on the last sentence of this book.
Wow.
That was the day that I won. And I won $500.
Wow.
And so that kind of helped me to, I think it was the book cover. It was like little tiny things I needed to take care of.
Right.
But I just put it into Amazon, and I promised them, the rest of the Show Up and Shine folks, Takesha White, big shout to you. I said, at the end of these 21 days, I'm going to have the book in my hand. And I did.
Wow.
So, if I say I'm going to do something, it's very important to me and to who I promised for me to do it.
Right.
Because all you have is your word.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to be like the little kid that's waiting at the window. Well, you said you were going to come back and get me for ice cream, and you never come back.
Right.
Because these are the things that you remember about people.
Absolutely.
But you also remember when someone keeps their word and they come back for you. So
It's true.
So after I released the book in January of 21, I wanted to get back to the one-woman show, because that was supposed to happen in 2020. COVID shut it down. Right? So I called JV. I'm like, JV, I want to do a movie. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, I need some prices. What is Creative Flow going to charge me? And so I just started writing, scenes and creating scenes from the book. And we filmed, I would say the writing process, filming, maybe from March is when I started writing. So from March of 2021 and filming the last of the filming that we did was maybe some pickup scenes in January 2022, but we were really done in November 21.
Okay.
But just last things that I was like, no, we need this, we need that.
Right.
You know, a little peppering.
Yeah.
So in January 22, we were done. So maybe like an 8-month off and on,
Okay.
you know, a few months gap
Yeah.
with filming. And then we debuted it at a Cityplex, Newark Cityplex.
Nice.
And it was the scariest moment ever because it was a 300-seater. And he didn't tell me until that day. I'm like, oh my God, 300 seats. Oh my God, how am I going to do this? I was so scared. So I go in the theater and they're like, we're going to start in 5 minutes. Stacks, go tell them. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, you know, I come in and I'm like, all right, so just let everybody start, you know, filling up the top first and don't worry about the bottom.
Right.
I go in there and the whole top is packed. I'm like,
Wow.
Hi.
Yeah.
Speechless.
Yeah.
I needed a minute to gather myself. I was emotional, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then the whole theater was packed, and there were still
Wow.
people that they just donated tickets, and those people couldn't even be there.
Wow.
But it was like 300 seats. Please, you almost needed another theater.
Nice.
I almost needed. It was really, really a blessing,
Yeah.
and it was well
Obviously,
received.
your family, your friends were there.
Yeah.
People who were in the movie, and
Yeah.
you know, everyone who was behind the project was there
It was-
supporting you.
It was
That's a lot of
beautiful.
love.
It was a lot of love. It was a lot of love. Big shout out to Shauna Lee, Anita Sparrick, Omar A. Salgado, to Pernell Holloway, to JV. It was there's so many people. To my directors, Cotton Candy, Latricia Baker, Jessica Joseph, and myself. I also picked up the directing hat, and I was just,
yeah. And we have a couple of stills from
the
couple
film?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Just a couple of stills.
So in that, okay, so is there anything specific you want to add? I know, we're going to get to it. What did you think about this guy, though?
He was a dog. He was a bow wow, man. He was such a dog. I was like, oh no, please, no. I was like, no. And then in the park, when that girl wanted to fight you.
Oh,
like,
that's
what
so
the-
real.
Really?
Yes.
What
That
was her
is
problem?
I don't know.
And you know, Tony was like, come on. Just he was just so special.
He really was.
He really was. Just
He really
you need to
was.
see it. It's on Tubi. It's called I Am Relentless.
Yes.
Watch it. You're really, really going to enjoy it. I know. I saw it twice, and again I watched it once. Then you go back and you kind of like catch. You know, like I said,
Yeah.
you catch some things that you didn't catch the first time. But it was amazing. It was amazing, and to be, like I said, so authentic and raw and just put it out there. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do.
It's
It
not.
really isn't. So here's my question to you.
Okay.
Did you have to get consent or permission for the people who you mention in the movie? How does that work?
So I didn't use their names.
Okay. So all names were changed to protect the innocent, so to
Pretty
speak.
much.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty much everyone's name.
Okay. And then that was it.
I didn't check with anybody for anything because
All right.
I didn't lie about anything,
Right,
and I held
right.
myself accountable.
Okay.
And so I didn't
Yeah.
feel as though I needed their permission to tell my story.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, because I'm in the middle of writing a short, and I'm gonna have to be changing some names.
Change the names.
Gonna have to be.
Change the names.
Gonna have to be.
You may have to embellish here and there, but I mean, you know.
Right. Yeah.
There was.
It's a short. It's really short.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
When you read the book, you'll call me and be like, why didn't you put this in the movie? And so everybody is asking me about that, asking me, there's a specific part in my life, why didn't I put that in the movie?
Okay.
And that's because this person is a celebrity and he's married, and I did not want any kind of backlash,
or anyone to figure it out.
Like I'm trying to, ride the wave or ride his coattails or
Right,
anything.
right,
No,
right.
I feel like the movie can stand on its own.
Yes.
And I
And
didn't
it
even.
does. It
and
does.
Thank you for that.
It does.
And I didn't even
It
put
really
his name,
does.
his real name in the book.
Yeah. No. It really does.
I chose not to do that.
All right.
Everything is not, for display.
Yeah, no,
It's just not.
I totally get it. You know what I gotta get? I gotta get my next break. So stay right there, don't go away. More with Stacks when we come back.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Hi, I'm Georgia Rose, founder of Zenkuda. You can watch me on the Soul Space podcast every Friday at noon on Channel 20 for spiritual guidance. And as you all know, that is how I first opened into my own psychic gifts, was through the angelic realm, astrology. So we've got Mars and the Sun together in Scorpio, which creates a lot of combustion. In the astrological world, we call that a kazemi, and tarot. When the Four of Cups right side up, it means we have a lot of choices to make, and we're not looking at what's really being divinely given to us. We're too busy in the busyness of the choices to really see the divine intervention and the divine timing and the divine guidance. We're the place. Watch the Soul Space podcast.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Ttime with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook, Ttime with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm with Stax Cordero. She is an actor, a writer, producer, a rapper back in the day. She opened up for Naughty by Nature and Busta Rhymes and other people, and has an amazing career. She and her baby, I Am Relentless. Please watch it on Tubi. It's an amazing, true story of her life, and it's great. You really do need to watch it. But we're gonna get to now a show that we've done together.
Yes.
We did Paper, but we actually didn't have any scenes together. In
Right.
Paper is Omar Moore. Shout out to Omar.
Big shout to
I
you,
played the
Omar.
secretary. Who did you play in Paper?
Miss, she has such a Miss Fondeville.
Fondeville.
Miss Fondeville.
Okay.
Yep.
And great series.
Yes, it's an award-winning series.
Yes, it is.
And we've won Best Ensemble. Hey.
Yeah,
Hey.
we did. Little thing
Best
going
writing,
on there.
best director. Big shout to you, Omar.
Yeah.
You're doing some big things.
Omar's doing great things, which leads us to Me and My Nuts.
And Me and My Nuts.
And Me and My Nuts is a comedy. Which we did work on together. We did episode 2 together, and you played Doctor.
I did play the doctor.
Would you like to say your name?
Oh. No.
Okay, we won't say her name. You have to watch to find out. But I play Wanda, the secretary. We won't say her name, but you're going to have to watch it. So listen, you can watch it because on April 10th, okay? April 10th, we are showing episodes 1 and 2 of Me and My Nuts on April 10th in Staten, Italy. So you need to contact me.
You said in Staten, Italy?
Staten, Italy, me or Omar Moore for tickets to come see episodes 1 and 2.
Yes.
And we're both in 2 together. And you do an amazing job.
Oh, you saw it already?
I didn't see it.
Oh.
I was the day we're filming.
Oh, okay. I thought you had a sneak peek.
I didn't see it yet.
Oh, okay.
But she does an amazing accent. I mean, you transform yourself into these characters like I do, and I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I wanted to.
And she was a lot of fun to play.
She was a lot of fun. She was a lot of fun. I chose last minute to
give her an accent.
Yeah, to give her an accent. So I was African. And it was just, they were like, wait a minute, is that what you're going to do? I said, yes, this is what I'm going to do. Yes, this is going to be my accent for today. Yes. And they were like, because I didn't rehearse that. But some things
it just
happened.
came out of you.
Listen.
That was how you heard her.
Yes, that's what I heard. I had to go with that. That's what I went with.
So Me and My Nuts is a great series. It's a comedy, as you can figure that out. And it was a lot of fun to film. Again, shout out to Omar Moore. We're in the middle of rehearsing episode 3. He's already halfway done through episode 4, introducing more characters, more doctors. It's hysterical. It just becomes funnier and funnier. I mean, he's in the script, and I'm trying to get through these lines, and I'm trying to bite the side of my cheek because I have to deliver them seriously. And I'm like cracking up. I'm like, how am I going to do this? It's hysterical.
hilarious.
So April 10th, please put on your calendar. I'll have something on my Tea Time page and my regular Theresa Canastraci Farrell page, and just come if you could come. Live in Jersey, Staten, Italy. Just come, Queens. Just come and laugh. Just laugh your butt off. It's so much fun. But tell everybody how they can follow you, where they can find you as far as social media goes.
Okay. Just real quick, I want to plug the movie Unknown.
That's we're going to get to that, yeah.
Okay, I just included
Go ahead,
the wrap
go
up.
ahead.
Yeah, so that's on Amazon right now. I think it's
Yes.
like $1.99 or $2.99, something like that.
Yes, and you play Nurse Jones.
Nurse Jones. I play Nurse Jones. That's based on COVID, and so it's very interesting the way it kind of plays out. It's very interesting. But I'm always on Instagram. You can find me there at Stacks Cordero, the same way it's spelled right there. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. And we mentioned that you are co-founder and CEO of Air It Out Show, which is also on YouTube. You can find that on YouTube. And you've been doing that since June 2010, huh?
Yes.
That's a long time.
It's a very long time. We've done a lot of things. We've produced some talent shows. We've been on Brick TV. We've been on YouTube. We've been on several different platforms, but right now we're on Scratch Vision Radio.
Nice.
On Saturdays at 1.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
So we have to have you.
Oh, I love to be had.
It's gonna be a great time.
Oh my God! Yes. How did you do that virtually, or do I have to come to Jersey,
No,
or what do you?
we can do Zoom.
Okay.
We figure it out, girl.
We'll definitely figure it out.
Yep.
All right. So I just want to give again shout outs to everyone watching. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate, everyone watching Tea Time. We have like 5 minutes left because I'm going to get you to the train on time. But in that 5 minutes, tell me about what you're working on in the future, what you have going on.
Okay, so what I did over twice last year was I actually did do the one woman show.
Yes.
And so I did a review in March, and that went over really well. And it was just kind of like just a tester just to see how it would go, but everybody really loved it. And they were like, wow, I didn't know that. Okay. And so we went larger. And this time I went with Steven Strickland as my director and producer. And normally I carry everything on my back. I take care of everything from the beginning to the end. Yeah. And he said, let me help you, and totally took the backpack off. And he carried the weight of everything.
That's great.
Nobody had to talk to me. He's like, no, you just, as long as you know your lines, that's all you need to know is your lines.
Oh, great.
And your spacing. That's all you need to know. Yeah. Where are you going?
Right.
Where are your lines? What songs are you going to do? And so there were some things that took me away from hip hop, some life experiences that took me away from hip hop. Yeah.
So is the one woman show musical as well? You throw in a couple of songs?
I throw in a couple of songs in there.
All
so
right.
I've been in the studio lately.
I was gonna say, I know you're recording something.
Yep, I've been in the studio lately.
Good for you.
And I'm excited to return to the stage. And actually on Wednesday, March 20th, I have a performance at the Shrine.
Awesome.
Yeah, with Maria Davis. It's her 30th anniversary. And so I'll be there. I'll be there performing. And
awesome.
Yeah.
And the one woman show, when can people
just please watch the page.
Okay.
Please watch the page because I'm going to collaborate with another group of women, and so there'll be like snippets of their one woman shows, and so by that time I might have a better idea of when I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I'm thinking about doing it again in July. So what I did was we did it at what's the name of this place? We had it on 42nd Street, Theater Row.
Okay.
We had it at Theater Row for my birthday, milestone birthday.
Yes.
Yeah. So I wanted to do something really big.
Is your birthday in July?
It is July.
Okay. All right.
So I didn't want to do it on my birthday.
July 19th?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Teresa's good tonight. Okay. All right. I remembered.
Thank you.
No problem, girl.
But it was well attended, and it was more than what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
And we recorded it, so
Yeah.
you know, lives.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so I'm waiting on the edits.
Right,
And so
right.
once I'm ready to show the one woman show,
Yeah.
the film,
Uh-huh.
then I'll be inviting folks out. You're definitely invited to
Oh,
come.
girl, I can't wait. I really can't. I really, really can't. Listen, again, I want to thank you for taking the trip here.
Thank you.
I know it wasn't around the corner for you.
It's cool.
But like I said, we're gonna end the show just a couple of minutes early so I can get her to the train on time because she's got to go back to Jersey.
Yes.
But thank you so much for coming out.
course.
I hope you had a good time.
Thank you for having
My
me.
door's
I did.
always open.
I love this place. If you haven't been here, you've been invited.
It's great, isn't
Come
it?
off of Zoom and come in person. It's, it's definitely worth the trip. And she's a great host.
Oh, thank you. Well, listen,
Yeah.
thank you everyone for watching Tea Time, supporting me. Thank you again for this. I am
Thank
so
you,
glad I got you on my
T.
show. Gonna have Jay, gonna have Omar. Definitely more me and my nuts coming
Hey.
up. All right, listen, everyone, please take care. Tell everyone you love them, and I'll see you next week. Ciao, everybody.
Ciao, Bella.